I don't know if these rumors are true, but it is definitely true that the city of Corpus Christi is trying to move forward on the Inner Harbor desalination plant again. If you didn't know, back last September of 2025, the city council voted to not move forward with Kiewit, the contractor that they hired to build the desalination plant. The proposed cost was over $1 billion. The annual maintenance costs were very high, like almost 100 million a year just for the annual maintenance cost. There's the environmental cost. There's the rate impact to taxpayers, to ratepayers in Corpus Christi, because to recoup the cost of the loan and the money that the city would spend on it. There's the fact that it would be built in the Hillcrest neighborhood. Environmental costs, as I said, the brine going out into the bay, and the fact that this plant is only needed because of how much water industry uses. If you remember the water boil that was caused because of a chemical spill from Valero, one of the major corporations that use a lot of water, these same corporations get huge property tax abatements through industrial district agreements that cost the city hundreds of millions of dollars a year, while residents don't get breaks like that on their property taxes and don't get the political influence that these corporations have that can get the city council to continue to push forward this project, even though that residents have spoken up over and over again and the city council already voted to not move forward. They have the power to just bring back these proposals with their second contractor, regardless of what, if the people want it or not. It's not even voted on. So this just shows, like, especially with environmental projects, like, they can always come back. So you have to be part of a movement or an organization to change the system, because the system in place is just controlled by these major corporations who are seeking their own interest of getting more water to continue on with their profits. So the next city council meeting is this next coming Tuesday. I will not be there. I haven't been in town, but it's online, and I know a lot of people will be showing up. But also, it's important to just connect to the organizations in Corpus for the greater good. Corpus DSA working to push back on this stuff, because yeah, it doesn't make any sense for residents. They say they're cutting the cost a little bit, but yeah, so they had to cut things that they're cutting costs on a project like this that could potentially have a huge impact to the environment and the bay. It's an experimental plant, and it doesn't make sense for residents. It doesn't make sense because of the energy intensiveness, that it's very energy intensive. And then think of like AI, data centers, and water usage. We should not be giving away tens of millions of gallons to corporations that are polluting and get tax breaks. And just think about how the council just is not working in the interest of people at all. They don't care how many residents have showed up. We need to change the system, and the system is broken. So spread the word, continue to spread the word, talk to people about how this will impact them. That's the big deal, is like, yeah, this sounds messed up, but how would it impact me? The water rates of everyone, the continued polluter build out in Corpus from these companies that want this water, and the tax breaks that they get cost tens of millions that the city doesn't have when they're making their budget and deciding what services or programs to fund. And obviously they're not doing a good job, because these are the people in charge that are just working in the interest of not the people. So hope you have a good day. Thanks for listening.